Hey guys! In this video, we are going to test the best boot knives you can buy right now. I made this checklist based on my personal opinions and study time. And I've listed them based on the security and pricing features I've included for options for each type of consumer. So you can easily verify this best boot knives for yourself or your family. We always try to provide customers with informative ideas so that they can easily verify any product. If you would like more information and would like to set an updated price on the products mentioned, be sure to check the links in the description below. Our first choice, we wanted to test the upper limits of boot knife size, so we called up the cold steel Recon Tanto. The commanding blade is over a foot long in the sheath, and it has a badass SK57 Tanto blade. Tanto is Japanese for short sword. Ever heard of a boot short sword? We wanted to see if it was possible. But this wasn't just a novelty test. The Recon Tanto has an outstanding reputation for utility and durability due to its reputation as a combat field knife for SWAT teams and others. During my test, the knife lived up to the hype. The black coating on the blade did scar pretty easily, but otherwise, the knife didn't budge. I didn't bend or break it under reasonable stress testing, including bouncing on it with my full weight. SK5 is tough by nature, and cold steel deploys a 5mm thick piece for the Recon Tanto. Because the blade's belly is not deep, that translates to a robust cutting edge. The edge was a bit cumbersome for daily tasks, but it did not dull easily and it was very easy to sharpen. The Craix handle felt secure in hand, and the weight was pleasingly balanced slightly toward the blade. Carrying the Recon Tanto as a boot knife means carrying it outside your boot, period. The knife is way too thick to be comfortable under any boot. And most users who want to boot carry it will also be behoved to tuck their pants into their boots or wear shorts. But for anyone who does want a short sword as a backup knife and or doesn't need to conceal their boot knife, the cold steel Recon Tanto is a great choice. Resilient, easy to maintain, and intimidating, it's a distinct tool. Read the in-depth review here. At number 2, Gerber's Ghostlike fixed blade is optimized for concealed carry. The knife itself is super lightweight and minimal. The low-profile sheath with removable belt slots adds as little bulk as possible. And it's ambidextrous, so the user can insert the knife for a left or right-hand draw. Unfortunately, a couple of quality deficiencies held it back during my review. The Ghostlike is nothing if not minimalistic. The knife has only 2 embellishments and both are functional. The drop point blade has a groove cut into the spine, which is where the user's thumb lands. And the skeletonized handle is rubber coated for grip. Otherwise, the knife is as close as you can get to a single piece of steel, optimized for weight and low profile. The blade's cutting edge is an ample 2.75 long, and the finger choil is deep for added grip security. The sheath is built around the same logic, at just over a 1/4 inch thick. The Ghostlike's performance was decidedly mediocre. First of all, my test unit had a very inconsistent grind. From the tip to about a 1/2 inch back, the edge grind was effectively a single bevel. Secondary grind is something a knife maker, especially an experienced one like Gerber, needs to get right every time. Another, equally offensive problem was that the knife rattled in the sheath. It was secure, and I liked the retention. But no matter which way I put it in, I couldn't stop it from rattling. Obviously, this poses a problem for boot knives with sheaths meant to be concealed. The rattle looks like a QC inconsistency. Another user reports the sheath holds the knife so tightly that it's hard to draw. Take away those 2 troubling QC issues and the knife was pedestrian. 420HC steel isn't going to impress anybody, and it didn't impress me. The Ghostlike's most identifiable strength was its lightweight and low profile. But those qualities weren't enough to overcome its deficiencies. Read the in-depth review here. At number 3, in a lot of ways, Reaper's TAC boot is the quintessential boot knife. Its dagger blade is black oxide coated to limit visibility. Its fiberglass TPR handle is low profile and has a pronounced cross guard for security. And its nylon sheath molds to any shape the user needs it to assume. The TAC boot is 9 long in total, with a 4.75 blade. That's quite a bit of double-sided blade, so if you're going to keep the TAC boot inside your boot, make sure you have a tall enough upper. The dagger point tapers at a sharp angle, making for a narrow tip. The blade is 420 stainless steel, which has been used in tactical knives for around a century. It's an all-around moderately performing budget steel. The TAC boot has a soft nylon sheath, which means it should wear well inside a boot. I'd recommend Velcro straps to secure it around your leg, although a parachute cord should also do the trick. Retention straps, like the one on the Reaper sheath, can be a hassle. But you can usually get away with ignoring them or cutting them off as long as you secure your sheath well enough. All things considered, the Reaper TAC boot is a workman-like blade, styled as a classic boot knife. There's nothing amazing about it, but at its price point, there doesn't have to be. At number 4, Kabar's Becker BK11, though categorized as a neck knife, is the brand's best knife for boot utility. Its extremely low profile, simple drop point, and unwrapped handle make it an ideal choice for an American-made boot knife. The BK11 weighs in at 3.2 ounces, so you'll never notice its weight. That being said, it's still big enough to get the job done at 6.75 overall length with a 3.25 handle. Kabar insists, as usual, on 1095 Crovan steel, which is durable as hell. It does rust easily, but that's why many Kabar knives, including the BK11, are coated. Coatings also give tactical boot knives the advantage of limiting reflectivity. The BK11's sheath is low-profile, mold-compatible hard plastic. Kabar sheaths don't always have the best reputation, but the BK11's toggle lock mechanism looks like a reasonable backup. As shipped directly from Kabar, the knife comes with a parachute cord for lashing. Kabar also points out that the sheath is compatible with its modular belt clip. The clip can be purchased separately and the brand also recommends it for boots. Kabar's long reputation for military service is combat-centric and relies on the reliability of its fixed-blade knives. For military boot knives, the BK11 will be near the top of many users' lists. At number 5, the SubCommander Mini is a badass little blade at an unbeatable price point. It's got cheap AUS 6 steel, a 2.5 dagger blade with one combo edge, and a textured TPR handle. United Cutlery is strikingly graphic when describing its intended use, but what else are you really going to use a mini boot knife for? Okay, you could open packages with the SubCommander Mini. And no matter what, you'll be able to cut with it. The combo edge has a long series of serrations. This could become important, as AUS 6 steel is one of the softest alloys on our list. Of course, it will get razor sharp, just like any other steel, it might just require a little more love. In adherence to the overriding category theme, the blade is coated. The TPR handle has an aggressive crossguard, which is important when your knife handle is only 2.5 long. If you're going to carry the SubCommander Mini, I'd recommend threading a fob through the brass lanyard ring. The sheath is flat kydex, with eyelets providing the only lashing options. That said, the knife is so small, you'll probably be fine attaching it with a parachute cord. At the price, it's hard to find a more concealable knife with a better reputation. It has its drawbacks with its cheap steel and short handle. But the entry cost for trying to make it work is minimal. For more handy blades like this one, check out our list of the best EDC knives on the market.
We hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on the video, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Until next time, have a nice day.